Hello. Hello and welcome to the McTaggart Attack podcast. I'm Kevin McTaggart, a stand-up comedian who lives in Vermont. And this podcast that I do a few times a week is the McTaggart Attack podcast, where I give my opinion on whatever the fuck I want. Most of the time, it's what's pissing me off. But this is the episode of the week where I turn the tables. And it's what's pissing you off Wednesday for this day, October 2nd, 2019. You can reach me via email, mctaggartattack@gmail.com. You can find me on Twitter at KevMcT. You can find me on Instagram at McTaggart Attack. And also you can find the Facebook page for the McTaggart Attack podcast on Facebook. But that's right. This episode, this week, this it's another edition of What's Pissing You Off Wednesday for October 2nd, 2019. I rant about things on others' behalf. People reach me on Facebook. Like I'll put out a Facebook post on my personal Facebook page, which you can also be a friend on, maybe. Just tell me who you are. Or I tweet out asking me, hey, tell me what's pissing you off. And I'll rant about it in a future episode. And I do, for the most part, unless they suck. Like, I had someone give me the suggestion of lazy people. I'm like, yes, lazy people suck, but you need more specific things than that, okay? I need more specific topics than just lazy people. Are you with me on that, alright? How fucking hard is that? Anyway, so yeah, that's how it works. People give me topics and I rant about it. I do about I do 5 an episode. I might change it to 1 at some point and try to make 1 last 10 minutes. I don't know. We'll see. I'm not sure. I might cut it down because, quite frankly, people aren't pissed off enough and they're not giving me enough topics to be pissed off about. And it's pissing me off that I don't have enough content from you people. Give me shit to rant about, goddammit! Alright, well, I feel better. I feel like I'm properly warmed up for this. So let's get to the first selection, where I'll probably mention that it's the first selection again because I recorded this last week. So deal with that. Maybe that pisses you off and you want me to rant about it. Alright. First contribution this week for October 2nd, 2019. It's What's Pissing You Off Wednesday. Comes from Trey on Twitter at Super Saiyan Trey. SUPERSAYIANTRE on Twitter. They are mad at teenage kids yelling in my local mall. I replied, what are they yelling? Trey replied, I don't know. They're teenagers, man. They are annoying. Oh my god, I hate teenagers. When they're at the mall and they're just yelling. They're like yelling at each other about stupid shit, which is going to be meaningless years from now, but it's so fucking important to them then that they feel the need to yell at someone even though no one else cares about their goddamn business in the first place because they're stupid teenagers and no one gives a shit what the fuck they're mad about because there are so many other problems in this world that they're upset about trivial problems that are some stupid grievance in between the two of them, and it's fucking ridiculous that they're so fucking mad at each other, and it's just causing a nuisance in the fucking mall, and it's goddamn annoying that this such stupid motherfucking thing happens, and they just wish they'd just shut up and try to be more productive with their lives, because the world's fucked up anyway, and they might as well just put aside their differences and try to make the world a better place. But no, they want to fucking yell at the mall. They want to yell at each other at the mall and call out their shit at the fucking mall. It's ridiculous. Ridiculous. The next one is from Leslie Zebrowitz. She's a frequent contributor, favorite contributor of the McTaggart Attack podcast. She's pissed off at people who can't properly staple. Why is the staple 2 inches away from the edge of the paper? Seriously, people. On the stapler, there's that silver thing underneath where the staple comes out when you staple it. Put it within that range of the staple. Put the corner so it matches up with that. And then put the staple down, and you've stapled your fucking paper together properly like a goddamn adult. How fucking hard is that to do? How can you not be an adult and not know how to staple things properly? You know? Don't staple it 2 inches down the paper. That does nothing. That makes the fucking packet useless because you can't flip through it that easily. But no, it's got to be like within that first inch. Less than an inch away, not even an inch, like a half an inch away from the goddamn edge. And that these stupid ass motherfuckers who don't know how to staple, it's just so goddamn infuriating that these people exist, that no one knows how to fucking staple anymore, and it's a goddamn travesty. It's a goddamn travesty. Okay, so we have 3 more left for this week's What's Pissing You Off Wednesday for October 2nd, 2019. I believe the last 3 were, yes, the last 3 are all from Twitter. The first one is Void Technician. That's the Twitter handle, Void Technician. At Dave the Dog. DAWG. He's pissed off about Arriva Buses. They are late, early, or never turn up. That's got to be fucking frustrating when, like, you... For any type of bus situation, you know, it's gotta suck to ride a bus, and that's gotta be the most frustrating part, because especially if it's a particular brand or type of bus, you know, like if I'm gonna show up, if I'm a pedestrian, if I'm relying on a bus, that bus better show up on fucking time. It better not show up late. And it better show up, period. It better fucking show up at all. Alright? It's aggravating, because I used to have to ride a bus for a short period of time. And it was ridiculous. Sometimes, a few times the bus didn't show up. Which doesn't make any sense. I mean, if you're a bus, there better have been I think the one time that the bus didn't show up, there was an accident, which was fine. All right, that's not their fault that there was a damn accident. Maybe it was their fault that there was a damn accident. But seriously, it's frustrating when the bus doesn't show up. What I think might possibly be worse, though, is when the bus shows up early before the time it's supposed to show up and leaves before the time that you're supposed to show up. So if you get there at the time that the bus says it's going to be there and it's not there because it was already there, then that's a failure on the bus as well. You can't, if you're driving the bus and you get there early, you need to wait until everybody else thought that the bus was supposed to fucking be there. It's ridiculous that happens. It is so stupid that happens. That the bus doesn't show up. That the bus shows up early and leaves before it's supposed to be there. You're fucking up the entire schedule, man. What the hell is wrong with some of these bus drivers that show up early and then fucking leave early. And especially those people that show up late or don't show the fuck up at all. I mean, I think buses that show up early and leave early are worse than any other scenario. That's so silly that happens. That's so stupid that bus drivers, your job is to be at the bus stop on time. And if you're there early, then you wait for that time to show up and for those people to be there and give them a few minutes or something like that. Oh, so what that you're early on all your routes? That's fucking great. You still need to be there for the time that you're supposed to be there on. If you're there at 9:30 in the morning, if it says that you're supposed to be there at 9:30 in the morning, and you get there at 9:25 and then leave at 9:28, you've done a shitty job. A really shitty job. Shame on you. The next one comes from Thomas the Terrible at TJLK on Twitter. He tweets, sports bars. He didn't write this correctly. I think he's saying sports bars that frequently swap to and from red zone on the TV with your hand on it. There are other goddamn screens. Just pick one. I miss 3 big plays because the bartenders think they can predict commercial length. Listen. If you own a sports bar, you need to have a shitload of TVs. Okay? Have a shitload of TVs. And have as many games as possible on all those damn TVs, whether it's football or basketball or whatever fuckball. Alright? And your bartenders should probably be focused on serving alcoholic beverages to the customers instead of flipping the goddamn red zone channel for football games, because they probably suck at flipping channels, but they should stick to their actual craft that they're paid to do. You know, serving alcoholic drinks to patrons. How fucking stupid is that? Like, switching channels on the big screens. Have a shitload, have a whole bunch of big screens, and have all of the games on there, and go sit in front of whatever screen you want to be on. Don't care about the red zone channel and change to the game that's more exciting or whatever. Just stick to a goddamn game. And have multiple televisions. If a sports bar with one television is not a sports bar. It's just a bar. And it sucks, because there's only one TV. Care more about the customers that want beer than the customers that want to watch their game on TV. And don't be fucking flipping channels, you goddamn idiots. The next one, the last one, is from Stefano Bertolone at Brutus Mario, Brutis Mario on Twitter. He's pissed off about employees that don't show up for shifts. I don't understand this. I'm assuming that this person, that Stefano is probably referring to like restaurants and stuff like that, showing up for their shift. You know, I go to Moe's in West Lebanon quite regularly. And one time I went there, and the manager, the poor little lady, had to do all of the work. Like, a job that takes 2 or 3 people, she had to do it all. Because the 3 people that she had to work that shift didn't show up. They all called out or something like that. You know? And, like, she had to work and do that for a couple hours. I think it was like 4 hours that she had to do that for. And she got commended for it. But seriously, if you have a job and don't show up for your shift, Your work ethic sucks. You show up for work. What the fuck is wrong with you not showing up for work? You must not want money. You must want money handed to you on a silver platter or something like that. You better have a fucking good excuse for not being there. You better be sick as a dog or dead or a death in the family or some sort of family emergency or some legitimate family emergency or some stupid shit like that. You fucking show up for your goddamn shift. And if you can't show up for your shift, you have a pretty good fucking excuse. Because it's fucking pathetic that happens. And that you leave people in the lurch. Think about your coworkers that you're pissing off by doing that shit because why? You want to go smoke out or something like that or do something or just goof off or not feel like working. You don't feel like working? You don't feel like making money? What the hell is wrong with you if you don't like making money? Everybody should like making money because we all need money whether we like it or fucking not. Well, that's been this week's What's Pissing You Off Wednesday. Hope you all enjoyed this episode. I'd like to thank all of the people who contributed. Leslie Zeberitz and the 4 people on Twitter. Basically, is what it was. You can email me, McTaggartAttack@gmail.com, Twitter @KevMcT, Instagram @McTaggartAttack, and the Facebook page for the McTaggart Attack Podcast. Happy What's Pissing You Off Wednesday, everyone.